Hello my friends, welcome to my sprouting video. So I'm going to show you how I sprout, what I use, and the whole process so you can see how I do it. The reason I'm doing this is because I keep beans in my diet. I don't believe that we should cut them out completely, but I don't want to be eating canned beans or cooked beans, so I sprout them. So they're alive, they're easier to digest, and from what I've read, that the nutrient content does go up when they sprout. So I'm going to be sprouting them because I do this on a regular basis. These here are Desi chickpeas, I believe. They're not the regular type, but they're just a little bit more red. French lentils and beluga lentils. So I like to sprout a variety. The only thing I need to put as a disclaimer on this video is please don't sprout red kidney beans. You shouldn't sprout red kidney beans. They have a toxin on them. They're not very easily digested and it can make you sick. But I like to stick to peas and lentils. So there's tons of different varieties. You can pick a whole bunch of different ones and switch it up, get a different variety. So these are the jars that I'm going to be using. These are about 1 liter, and this one here is 500 mils. It really doesn't matter the size of them as long as you have a mesh. Now this one here came with this fancy little meshy lid, but for the other two I'm just using a simple hair tie with, this is the mesh from a garlic bag. So really you can make do with what you have. I'm not going to be using the lids. I'm just going to put the mesh on top of the jars once I put the beans in. So I will do the French lentils in the red container, and we'll put the chickpeas in the green one, and I will sprout the beluga in this little one here. Perfect. So the first step is to soak them. You want to soak them for about 8 hours, so overnight. But I'm starting these in the morning, so I'll probably set a timer or a reminder on my phone to rinse them after. You only want to soak your beans for about 8 to, 10, 12 hours, give or take that amount of time. And then you want to be rinsing them after. And a lot of people will try sprouting and they don't actually rinse them. They change the water, but they keep them soaking. The beans won't sprout if you keep them soaking. You only soak them for the first chunk of time, and then the next couple of days you just rinse them and make sure that that's why you use the mesh, so that there's airflow. And yeah, so let's fill these with some pure water and get sprouting. All right, as you can see, I have already filled this one with water, and you just want to cover them. And then I put the lid or the mesh on with the hair elastic. But then you fill the other two, and I'm just using filtered water. You don't need too much, you just need enough to cover the beans. And you just stick the lids on. You can shake them a little bit to get them all covered. And then after, you just let them sit there for about 8 to 10 hours, and then you can start rinsing. All right, so after about 8 to 10 hours of soaking, this is what your water might look like. It's got a bunch of bubbles on top, and it's really dark, murky looking water. But you'll rinse them, and I like to rinse them about 5 or 6 times the first time I rinse them, just to get the water running clear and to get rid of those bubbles. But this jar has been rinsed, and so have the beluga lentils. So these guys are probably going to sprout first because they're smallest. I find the smaller beans tend to sprout first after about 2 days, but these chickpea guys might take 3 days. So I'm going to go rinse this one 5 or 6 times till the water runs clear, and then I will just wait until the next time I can rinse. I wanted to show you guys the lids. The reason why we use the mesh lids is because you just pour the water through, and then you shake it, you rinse off all of the beans, and then you just pour the water through the mesh lid. You don't have to take these off at all. They are there for your convenience, so you don't have to filter the beans after. And yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that we do not soak them anymore. So I had started these earlier. They soaked for 8 to 10 hours and now it's bedtime. So I'm going to leave these on the counter. Sorry, that was Chai. He's excited about something. I'm going to leave these on the counter and just let them sit, and then I'll rinse them first thing tomorrow morning. Morning, my friends. I'm just getting ready for breakfast. I'm going to eat this entire pineapple and maybe some bananas. But here are my sprouts. Check it out. These ones are actually sprouting already. The black beluga lentils. They are on their way. I've rinsed these already, and these guys they're getting close. They might sprout later. And the chickpeas, they always take a little bit longer, but they're not close yet. I'll probably have to rinse them a little bit more often today. I think yesterday I got in 3 rinses, and today I want to try for 4. So I'll keep you posted on those, and you can watch them grow. Look at these. Hey, when the tails are about the length of the bean or double the length of the bean, that's when you know they're ready and you can transfer them to the fridge, but not yet. Just keep waiting. Morning, my friends. We've got the start of day 3. So these guys are getting pretty much ready. I'll probably transfer them to the fridge later this afternoon. So yeah, they're almost ready. These guys are having a little trouble sprouting. I haven't seen any good little tails on there, so I'll probably give them another day or so to sprout, maybe. These ones, of course, chickpeas take a little longer because they're bigger. The larger the bean, the longer they take to sprout. So you can see a couple in here are sprouting, so I'm just going to give those another day as well. But again, these guys are going to go in the fridge soon because I don't want them to start to get moldy on me. But yeah, they might start to show little leaves soon by the end of the day. That guy's almost getting there, so pretty awesome. All right, so this is how I rinse. This container I have to actually put on the side, otherwise the water doesn't go in for some strange reason. But I'm using filtered water, and I'm just going to fill with some water. And then you shake it. You shake up the beans, because you want to get all of that stuff that's kind of been sitting around for the last couple of hours, and then you just rinse. And then I shake it a couple times to really get the water out. And there you go. That's a rinse. I'll do the other one now. So here we have the French lentils, which aren't really sprouting, but we'll keep going. So I fill it with filtered water. And see how it gets like bubbly? You kind of want to try and, I'll rinse this one probably 2 or 3 times, but to get rid of all of that. It's like gas, kind of. It's released when the beans start sprouting. Plus, the water is a little discolored as well, so you want to make sure that you get it as rinsed as possible, and that will prevent any mold or bacteria buildup that might be going on in here. But we'll see. Oh, look. Oh, can you see that one? He's sprouting. There we go. Yay! They're actually sprouting. Sweet. Morning again. So this is the last day that I'm leaving these guys out. They're already starting to get little leaves on the top. If you put them in the sun, they will most likely get green, but I'm going to transfer them to the fridge so they don't go moldy. I'm going to use these in salads for the next couple of days. These French lentils still haven't really sprouted. There are a couple in there, as you can see. I'm going to use those in my chili recipe in the next night or two as soon as they sprout. Even if they're not all sprouted, I'm still going to eat them because they've been soaked and split. So I'll be for sure adding those to some chili. And then my chickpeas, once these guys get a little bit more, I'm going to also give them another day. I'm going to use them for raw hummus. So I'm going to make some raw hummus with that too. So there we go. Those are my sprouts. And I'll be back with one more update on these guys at the end of the night. But until then, in the fridge, on the counter. All right, I am gonna have these in my chili. These are the French lentils. Most of them are sprouted, but they're gonna marinate with my tomatoes and a bunch of spices all day. And once they've marinated for a longer time, maybe overnight, they kind of have the same texture almost as cooked beans. So I like to add those, marinate them. If you guys like this video, please click like and sub my channel. You can find me on Facebook, Lissa's Raw Food Romance, Instagram at Raw Food Romance, and Snapchat, Lissa Raw Vegan.